First, Bob Henderson, you're a prick. But that's not new knowledge to anybody that knows him. This is about family, and I'd like to acknowledge one member of our family who has traveled all the way from England to join us. Brian Lott, would you just stand up and wave to everybody? I would also like to acknowledge Glenn and Henriette, of many people who have helped. Glenn and Hen have been working on their place for months now, and it's so much appreciated by our family. The other thing, I'd like to congratulate Debbie Brady on actually remembering to bring the cake to this wedding. Apparently she's forgotten to do that before. I've written some stuff down here, and it turns out as the wedding is approached, I've been asked several times if I am happy that Shan is marrying Blake. This, of course, is a difficult question to answer, but my response has always been, well, she could be marrying Craig Shantz. Craig, would you stand up, please? There's a history to this. When Shan and Blake announced her intention to marry and the format of the evening ceremony unfolded, I asked if Mish and I were to welcome Blake to the family, and she responded, and I quote, "No speeches." In her next breath, she announced that Uncle Glenn would be master of ceremonies. I spied an opening. 2 liberal offerings of Scotland's finest, and I had secured a spot on the agenda. As most of you know, Shan and Blake have been friends for many years. It started with a gang of guys at Shuswap, probably around grade 8, that included the likes of Blake, Taylor, Ty, David, and Gerald, to name but a few. This gang, although strong in numbers, lacked grit. Their gang had no respect. And so to correct this, they set about to recruit the 2 most feared ruffians at Shuswap, Shan and Amanda. These 2 pugilists were proficient with fists, feet, and if the need arose, heavy artillery such as ringette sticks. With their newfound muscle, this group roamed the halls of Shuswap, striking fear into the hearts of rival gangs and teachers alike. This group also took to holding weekly planning and strategy sessions in our basement on, coincidentally, the same day that Mish made bread. The smell of fresh bread with liberal portions of butter and cheese whiz, I suspect, was what first attracted Blake to our family. As the years passed from junior to senior high, no suitors presented themselves to Anastasia and Drizella. Cinderella was the other one. As parents, the Hendersons and ourselves were concerned that no one, let alone 2 Prince Charmings, would be forthcoming. But as time passed, it turns out that Blake's lust for Mish's bread was replaced with what I suspect was an elevated level of testosterone. Partway through Shan's grade 12 year, Mish told me that Blake had told Shan that he wanted to take the relationship to the next level. I was unsure what the next level meant in dating vernacular. I soon found out that it meant shoes. When I came home at night, Blake's shoes were in our basement, and when I left in the morning, Blake's shoes were in our basement. Mish and I resigned ourselves to the fact that things had changed. We now only had 2 little girls left. And the 2 little girls were ecstatic because they loved Blake. He had 2 cute younger brothers, and on top of that, they could spy on an unsuspecting Shan and Blake. Brother Brett did not, however, share their attitude. He believed that it was his duty and his friend's duty to keep all predators away from his sisters. Now, as many of you know, Brett is naturally grumpy. The arrival of Blake resulted in an exponential increase on the grump scale. His demeanor towards Blake was somewhere between total disrespect and contempt. It even became territorial, especially with regard to vehicular matters. Brett, rather than marking his spot in the canine way, was forced to protect his turf by posting a sign that said, "Brett's parking spot, Blake will be towed." Subtle, but effective. More time passed, and Shan was off to Victoria for university. Blake had no academic focus at this time and remained at home. They were so sad being apart, and surely the relationship would fade. Well, it didn't. In fact, it became more determined and more intense. Blake found an academic focus first in business and then in engineering. After 2 years apart, Shan transferred schools so that they could be together. And that has been the case ever since. Tony, Lisa, and family have done a superlative job in raising a fine young man. You have given him to us completely trained. Although he is always the last to leave the table, he is the first to have his hands in the sink. And he always makes sure that the counters shine before hanging up his towel. His cleanup skills are superlative. And Deanna, you'll be pleased to know that he has made significant progress in teaching some of these skills to Taylor. Brett, however, remains a work in progress. Blake, you've joined a very large family. You, of course, knew that the Salmon Arm crew would be your family, but with marriage, that means that the Peace River and the Edmonton crews are also family. Can you stand up, please, the Peace River and Edmonton crews? Blake, it is 12 long hours to Peace River in the car with 4 kids, and you'll be expected to make that journey from time to time. And then there is our extended family, all of whom are available for support and advice should you and Shan need advice during your marriage. Our extended family includes many groups, including, but not limited to, our Lake family, the Everetts. They're wonderful fun, but of course, Blake, you already know them well. One small word of advice, though, is, and Rob, I think you told me this, is don't piss off the matriarch.